Hello, my name is Toxicro, and you don't know who I am, which is understandable. I'm a level 305 Platinum support player for Overwatch. I've never seen Diamond. I've ended Platinum every season except for one, which good luck figuring out which your rank was, and 5, which I didn't play. And I pride myself on being able to play all 5 supports, and I do mean all 5. And that's what this video is about. So, lately there's been a lot of talk. Mostly about Mercy, because she's a little bit insanely powerful. A big part of that is due to her resurrection, which is about to be nerfed on the PTR at the making of this video. Or it was nerfed on the PTR to where it takes a 1.75 second cast time, which should tone her down a little bit, and they increased Anna's damage, which should bring her back, because she isn't being played as much. But the main point of this is about Symmetra. Now, my favorite characters in this game are Mercy, Symmetra, and then various characters in the offense, defense, and tank categories, specifically Orisa, Mei, and Sombra. So, I'm able to play a role if needed, at least a character in each role. Now, a big part of this is that I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. There's a lot of great Overwatch YouTubers, one amongst many, Unit Lost, Overwatch Central, just to name a few. And they've been talking a lot about Mercy. And then they talk about the other supports, and they always say 4 supports. What they mean to say is 4 healers. And I feel like there is a misconception amongst the Overwatch community on Symmetra, because she's not a damage dealer, she is a support. She's not a healer. And that's something that's not understood very well. And a lot of people want to say she's a damage dealer, which is not true. She's a support that can deal damage. But it's not... She can't replace a damage dealer, but she can take the place of the off support. As an example, so if she uses her orb, she can fire through Reinhardt's shields, she can do a decent chunk of damage and can get a lot of kills that way, but it is actually a really slow moving projectile. If you watch, it's easily dodgeable and very telegraphed. The way she gets it is usually with surprise, same with her turrets. Which, if you put enough in one spot and make a nest, which is what quite a few Symmetras I've seen do, then yeah, you can kill someone that walks into it and doesn't know how to react to it instantly. But that's not what she excels at. So her support comes in with her turrets being used a different way, and with her barrier she can create, and her ultimate, which she can use her teleporter, which will get her teammates to the point faster or to the enemy faster in some way, or she can create the shield generator, which for this example I'm going to just put down the shield generator, which gives everyone in range 75 health. Well, a lot of people would argue, what about Torbjorn? He gives his allies 75 health. Yeah, from an armor thing that he has to throw on them or have them pick up. Symmetra's is an area of effect, so she doesn't have that you have to come pick this up anymore. Like she used to in like the first, I guess, 1 or 2 seasons, I forget when they gave it to her, where her E ability wasn't this barrier, it was to put shields. It was to put a 25 health shield on her allies. And I remember that time. It was an alright time. But this is so much better. And it's regenerating health, so she does heal in a way. She heals the 75 health she gives. Now, what I meant earlier about the turrets is, yeah, okay, so you can set them like this, and I'm going to switch characters just to get rid of them for a second. Okay. Now, you could do it that way and try and hope for a pick, or you can put them at, and I'm putting them there so they'll activate, but you can put them at points where an enemy might come through. So you put them like that, or inside a room like this, you would want to put it like off to the side or up above, somewhere hidden a little bit. And what this does is it gives me something more valuable than a kill, in the sense of it gives me information. And information is one of the most powerful things. I know there's an enemy over there. I know there's an enemy right there. I can warn my allies where the enemies are, and then they can be ready. I can tell, oh, there's an enemy coming from up there, Junkrat, be ready. Or, you know, Reaper, be ready, whatever. Or I can tell the Widowmaker who's up above, being like, oh, on our left flank, there's an enemy coming around. Get ready to aim that way. And she can get a headshot ready. That is supporting her allies. That is enhancing what they are able to do. Which is kill, in those senses. Or I can warn, if I see that the, if I see that a turret was killed in a certain area, I can give an idea of who is over there. In the sense of, if you look at Volskaya and the point, if you're defending the point, and the enemies jump over. Well, not every enemy can do that. So that means it's going to be a flanker. It's going to be Genji, Winston, Tracer, Sombra, Pharah, maybe a Mercy if they fly over there, which I don't know why they would. They would want to stay with the team, they're the main healer. Unless they were looking to pull a, unless they were using a Mercy Ana. Ana's gonna heal the main team. But you get the point. This is a much more effective and efficient way to use these, and it proves that she's a support. And then the other big argument against her is she does damage. No, she's a support who does damage. She is not a damage dealer. Let's look at a damage dealer. Let's look at Reaper. If Reaper walks up to an enemy, they're dead. If he gets this close, they're dead. Now, let's switch to Symmetra, which I'm going to use a few examples, so don't think that I get the one though. So it takes Symmetra about 3.4 seconds, 3.5 seconds to kill an enemy from 0 charge. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at max charge, yeah, she can kill pretty fast, but it takes her about 4 seconds to get there. So, and even then, it's not as fast as as most of the attacker offense or defense. What the hell am I saying? Like, we take a low damage dealer, even like Sombra, and if she can keep a steady aim around their head, she can kill really fast. Same with Tracer, who is not necessarily low damage, but it takes them a little bit longer than some characters. Like, the characters that would take potentially longer than Symmetra are the characters that it's... If we look at, like, Pharah, who has to... She's a projectile, but her rockets explode into a splash damage, which is gonna hit everybody. You look at, like, Genji, who... His are also projectile. But if he gets close, if he gets as close as Symmetra wants to be, he can take care of things, and he can also jump around. Like, he has a double jump. He has the dash to do a chunk of damage. Like, he has all these options Symmetra doesn't have. She is not an attacker. Well, you can use her on attack, actually. That's a misconception, but she is not a offense character. She's not a defense character either. If you look at the defense characters, what specializes in defense is that they're able to hold a point. Widowmaker, who does, I think, the most damage in the game outside of shotgun arrow, which I'm terrible at, and I'm going to screw up here. But, yeah. But that's my point, is that she's not a character that falls into that category like everyone is, like so many people are trying to say. Now, her biggest comparison is Torb, which they have similarities. I can't argue that. Torbjorn has a turret, she has turrets, but their turrets are very different. Her turrets, as I showed, are better to show where the enemies can be coming from. If they're destroyed, she knows where they're at. If they're not destroyed, she knows where they're coming from. It gives her an idea of the map. It gives her more knowledge. Torbjorn's is set to kill things. And she gives 75 health, he gives 75 health with his armor packs. But once his is gone, once you lose like any of his health that he gives, that's it. It's gone. You gotta pick it back up, which in a game can take him a little bit to restore sometimes. Like, he's not always going to have that. And her ultimate, again, looking at ultimates, I really just don't feel these characters are comparable in that sense, like a lot of people seem to think. Her ult is set purely to support. She gives 75 health, that's regeneratable, or she gives a teleport to get her team to the point faster, which works on a similar level as Resurrect. Whereas his is to destroy things. His ult makes you want to kill yourself if you're fighting it, honestly. And it makes Mjolnir much more powerful. It makes him swing much faster. Like, it makes him offensive. Hers is used supportively. So, that's why I think that we need to get over this. We've been needing to get over this for over a year now. But we need to get over this misconception that support means healing, because it doesn't. It means making your allies stronger in some way. Lucio speed boosts and heals. Zenyatta heals and makes the enemy take more damage. Mercy makes her allies do more damage and heals. And Ana negates healing and heals. And with her ultimate, increases damage dealt. Symmetra falls so much in line with the other supports that it baffles me still that people don't see it. But then again, that's just my view on it, and I would like y'all's view on it. I'd like to know what you think. Is Symmetra a support, or should she be reclassified? Which, if they ever reclassified, I've always thought that they should have a fifth option called Unique or Specialist. And if they did, it would fall Symmetra under as a defense, support defense. So the first always being something that they're better at. So you have like a support defense with her. You've got a tank offense with Roadhog. You've got a defense tank with Mei. And you've got a offense support with Sombra. I think that those four characters do fall outside of their categories a little bit. Sombra's able to hack health packs. She can heal. She has more healing capabilities than Symmetra. So, like I said, that's just how I view it, is that these characters fall into their categories because that's where they're supposed to be. But I want to know what you think, and thank you for watching, if you did watch it all the way through. My name is Toxicro, and I'll see you around.